What have you learned from audience feedback? To see whether our film was effective in reaching our target audience, we decided to go around and ask a range of different people questions based on what they thought about the film, if they'd be going to see it, where they thought it would be showcased, what they thought the target audience was, and all different questions like that. And from doing this, I would say that we did reach our target audience. They all kind of said that they thought the target audience was male, and that it was, most of them did say 18 certificate because of the violence. However, some did say 15, but they all thought it was around that teenager youth age. So we successfully kind of displayed that from our poster, film and magazine. Many of them said they'd expect to see violence, they'd expect to see kind of death in there. Someone did say they thought it was like a journey of some sort, and which it kind of, it is. It's kind of Jake's journey from the beginning and then to his redemption at the end. So they kind of did really get the narrative from our film, trailer and magazine. Most of them, all of them said they'd go and see it. Most of them said that they thought it would be showcased in a small complex like a Broadway cinema rather than a multiplex cinema. They said this because of the unknown actors, and it's a small British film rather than a big American Hollywood film, which does make sense. Some did say that they thought it would be showcased at a Broadway cinema first, and then once kind of people got to know about it and it was publicised a bit more, then it would move on to a multiplex cinema. The kind of preferred dominant reading that we wanted to put across was that Jake wasn't this thug. Although he did cause his brother, drove his brother to suicide, he wasn't a kind of vicious youth. He was learning from his mistakes, and we kind of wanted to see people to sympathise with him and realise that he actually was quite caring, and he did want to get justice, and he wanted to make up for the things that he had done. It's kind of like he didn't get in trouble at the end, although people didn't know that. He didn't get in trouble, he didn't get sent down, whereas people would have probably expected him to. The kind of negotiated reading would be that he was this vicious thug who needed to learn his lesson, who needed to be sent to prison or youth offenders to make up for what he'd done, and that he couldn't really get justice for his brother because it was him that drove his own brother to suicide, so therefore you shouldn't kind of sympathise with him. All of the audience had quite a similar view on it and a similar view on the narrative, and they all said they'd go and see it, even if the film wasn't a film they'd usually go and see. And they did have different views and opinions, such as on the genre. Some said thriller, some said social realist, but overall they all had the similar ideas. So I think it was quite successful in reaching our target audience and successfully producing something that they'd want to go and see.